The Rand Corporation, no right-wing outlet, conducted a rigorous, well-documented study over the course of many months involving hundreds of Marines and almost 100 female Marines in particular. And on nearly every category, in 70% of individual tasks, sex-segregated all-male squads outperformed sex-integrated squads. One of the only categories that sex-integrated squads outperformed those all-male squads was in tasks requiring creativity. But in things like machine gun marksmanship, CASEVAC or casualty evacuation, and then the tactical proficiency of those squads, the results were apparent. And all of that was written into those conclusions. And so you have this assessment of lethality. You have top-of-the-line research to verify something is or is not better for the armed forces. And nonetheless, the Obama administration made the decision to integrate women into combat units in 2015. And really the entire military has not looked back for any serious examination until President Trump's second term.
Thank the Lord. I know, right? It's
right. It's like, seriously.
Well, I on this one, like we talked about in the last podcast for a minute, it's like the move of the culture, right? The American culture is like, well, I've got to include everybody. Well, there's a military culture and you can't include everybody. I mean, this study, in a sense, I'm grateful the data is there. But what does it tell us? It tells us common sense that women are not physically like men. I mean, that's like that's the bottom line here. And so when you talk about, all right, well, we got to go to combat. And do you think the Chinese talk about this stuff? Do you think they try to integrate? Do the Russians try to integrate? No, they're just happy that we're even doing it. Because if we delude ourselves to the point to where like, no, we're not going to pay attention to the studies or common sense, but let's just stop at the study. And we're going to pretend like everything's going to be okay. And I think too, there's something brewing here with all these people, especially some of these politicians that are veterans that are just like dying on this hill. I can't imagine there would be a day potentially where we'd have serious, you think about extended combat in the Pacific if the Chinese, if we have to fight them over Taiwan or whatever happens eventually, and it's like extended ground combat and we take heavy, heavy losses, especially in units like this.
Right.
And then we're done with that war. Hopefully we'd win. There'd be a whole investigation. Well, who was in charge of this and who said this was okay? And all these people got slaughtered in these units because we were integrating them. I mean, that's like the long-term play out on this. And it's just, I can't believe we even got to this place, but I'm glad we got the data.